All right, my name is Joe White with the Jackson Neighborhood Community Development Corporation. I'm a resident in the Jackson neighborhood. Jackson is from First to Cedar to Larry to Ventura. It's 8 blocks by 12 blocks and 923 homes, and we see that neighborhood, our neighborhood, like a geographical area of responsibility. So whether issues are economic, political, spiritual, relational, whatever they are, along with our neighbors, we seek the well-being of our place. Everything we do at Jackson CDC is about residents. We've never thought of ourselves as a organization in a neighborhood. We've always thought of ourselves as residents. So all the programs that we run, the board that we have, the infrastructure that we carry, the employees that find a home at Jackson CDC, all are from our neighborhood, myself included. And so our main recruitment strategy is not through Facebook or through social media or through flyering. Our main recruiting strategy is by loving our neighbors, is by being deeply invested in the people who live next door. You know, EMPs are really an important piece of this equation for us because of two things. The first is that EMP is operating kind of at a macro big picture perspective for the whole city. And sometimes what happens in organizations like ours, who are hyper geographically focused and hyper geographically place-based, is that we can become myopic. It's like we can only see 8 blocks by 12 blocks, and we can't necessarily see how that's connecting to infrastructure issues in the city of Fresno or policy issues that are more systemic, that are far wider reaching. And so what EMP has done is they've given us a big picture 30,000 foot view for what is happening across the city, which we are connected to. That's the first thing. The second thing is that they've connected us to visionaries who have a vision of renewal for the whole country. And so all of a sudden, this little tiny neighborhood, which is only a square mile, now becomes part of a greater story of renewal because of other institutions across the country who are all working in different cities, trying to kind of align us all towards a renewal that can be seen on graphs and can be seen through metrics. And so we feel connected to the wider thing. The other thing that, if I could say just maybe a third and maybe additional part of the ENP story, is everything in Fresno moves at the speed of relationship. I'm a kid that's born and raised in this city, and I grew up in a poor neighborhood. In fact, I grew up in the Lowell neighborhood, which at the time when I grew up in it was the highest crime, lowest income neighborhood in the city. And one of the things that I learned about my neighbors is that we needed each other. And that's true of all Fresno. Fresno moves at the speed of relationship. So if we didn't like ENP or the people who were at ENP, I don't care how many resources and opportunities that ENP would have, we wouldn't partner. It all hinges on relationship, and we trust and love the people who lead EMP.